Slowly returning to normal following last Friday's failed coup attempt. In South Africa, many Turkish citizens who work or do business in the country have been worried and angered by the failed coup. We speak now to Abubekir Salim, the president of the Turkish Diaspora in Africa and also the president of MUSIAD SA, which is a business organization to support more trade between Turkey and South Africa. Salim, good morning to you and welcome to
Good morning.
Live.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much indeed for coming through. Now, firstly, how is your family doing that side?
Very stressed, truth to be told. I think 15 July evening was the longest night we ever faced, me as well as my family, because it was a time that we thought many things was going right in Turkey, and then suddenly we started hearing news that army is doing something, but later we realized that it's not actually army. It's a group of generals or army people that are trying to take over the country. So people were all on the street. I'm sure you followed the news. Many civilians were killed, first time in our life. Yes, as Turkey, we had 2 coups before, but we never seen that soldiers took army against public. This was the first time we seen that those, I don't want to call them soldiers, I think they are terrorists, because how can you kill civilians who doesn't have a gun where you have a gun? Started shooting people because they realized that public doesn't want a coup. I think I have to say it's very emotional for us. I never stressed in my life as much as on that night, because my family is there, they all out on the street. I see on television that soldiers are shooting people.
But how are they keeping that side? How are they doing?
Now it's much better. Now I think situation is calm. They've been sleeping on the street in the last 3 days, every night. So they go to work and then they go out.
All right, but are you able to tell us how the Turkish citizens living in South Africa feel about what happened that side, especially business?
I think when we started hearing first, we didn't understand. Our first reaction was, it shouldn't be, there must be something wrong, because when you look at coups around the world, there's always a reason. Like public is unhappy, this is happening, that is happening. But this time around, Turkish public was quite content, I could say. Of course, you never fully satisfied, but in the majority of the people were quite content. So it came as a shock. At a later stage, when we understood that actually it organized by a group of people, they called themselves, let's say, Gülen's movement, according to our government, we realized that it's a group of people are trying to take over the country. And then I think in the history, this is very important for you to know, or for public to know, when we had a coup, public never went out. We always been very quiet as a Turkish citizens. Army will take over, change the positions, and things will start moving. First time public went out and people got killed. What is happening in businesses and public? Anger. It is the first time, I'm 34 years old, whole public doesn't want to allow politicians to speak. They keep calling, bring the hanging back.
So they're angry?
They're very angry.
All right, no, Salim, that's where we're going to leave it, but thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Appreciate
That was Abubekir Salim, a Turkish citizen living here in South Africa, who is also the president of the Turkish Diaspora in Africa, giving us some clarity on how his family is doing following the failed coup last Friday in Turkey.